So welcome everyone to the 30 something podcast. I am your co-host, your host, your engineer. I'm everything. I am Josh in real life. And on behalf of Tone, Khalil, and Thompson, we'd like to thank everybody for listening and checking us out. And I'm joined here today by a special guest, Eboney, spelled a little bit differently.
Hey y'all, it's Eboney. My dad was getting a little fresh with it.
Okay.
ESF79 on Instagram, Twitter.
Say that one more time, how people can follow you.
At ESF79.
Okay, because I asked you to get a little bit closer to the mic, but you said you ain't.
This is as close as I get in real life.
All right. So on today's show, we're going to talk about if you hook your friends up with other people, how you describe your friends, just the experiences hooking people up, and if you see your friend slipping, do you say anything? But before we get started, you made a comment while we were setting up, and you said that I was the least hood person that you know, and what made you say I'm the least? Like, not that I'm not hood, but that like I am the least hood.
Correction. I said that you had a comb.
I was combing my beard.
A rat tail comb for the ladies listening. In his beard, like the one you comb your wrap down with, ladies.
So what?
And fix your part. And he had it hanging in his beard.
Uh-huh.
And I said, and I quote, that is the most hood shit. Excuse the cursing.
You can cuss. You can say shit.
Hood shit I have ever seen.
Uh-huh.
And you are the least hood person I know. Meaning that you should not be doing something that hood. I'm not saying that you're not hood at all. I'm just saying that is for a specific breed of hoodness.
Okay. You specifically mentioned the rat tail comb for the audience. Is there a difference between if I had I don't know the difference between combs, but a comb that is not a rat tail versus a comb that is a rat tail?
It is. First of all, you are a man and you have no business with a rat tail comb. A rat tail comb is for chicks, it's for parting hair, digging in your sew-in weave to scratch it, your braids. It's also used to get the last little bit of lipstick out of the tube. It has no business in your beard. If you had like the little black comb down joint that give you on picture day,
okay,
that's fine. But the rat tail comb, you don't even have any business being in possession of that. And it was a good one. Ladies, it was like the orange color, the bone color. Those are like $2 at the beauty supply store.
$2 is a lot for a comb?
Yes, because that's the high-end comb. When your friend is like, let me use your comb, when you hand her that type of comb, you like, give me my comb back.
Got you. Okay, so from a lady's perspective, I was violating some kind of rules using a rat tail comb.
You were, absolutely.
All right. I might, if we end up taking a break, I'm going to go grab that rat tail comb, put it back in my beard, and keep it for the rest of the damn show. But moving on, we were going to talk about, do you set your friends up on dates? Or people say hook your friends up for dates. I don't know how you describe it, but.
Well, let's keep it to setting your friends up on dates and
Okay.
not hooking your friends up, because hooking your friends up can be something different.
Okay, hold on. So what does that mean to you? When you hear hooking your friends up on dates, what does that mean to you?
So if I want to introduce my friend to a guy, I'm probably thinking about, is he a nice guy? Is he a potential boyfriend or mate? I'm not hooking her up to be bust down.
Okay, hold on. So when you say, is he a nice guy, what do you mean by that exactly?
Is he respectable? Is he out here running around thotting? You know, like you don't want to introduce your friend to a guy and then he's a fuck boy and then she's mad at you. So you want a good quality dude to introduce your friend to.
So a nice guy, okay. Because I've heard that term be described a little bit differently. Nice, like a pushover.
No, not a pushover.
Weaker, kind of.
A gentleman. No, a gentleman. I mean, a gentleman.
Okay.
Who has some manners
Okay.
and has had a good, strong upbringing.
Okay.
So he has some morals.
Gotcha.
He knows where he wants to go in life. He has plans and goals.
Okay, so you don't hook your friends up. You wouldn't use that term. You would say you would set them up.
I would set my friends up to go out on a date.
So how do you set your friends up? Like how do you like figure out which one is gonna be the person that you're gonna take? Like let's just use an example. How do you determine which woman you're going to select to pair with a guy, and then how do you select this guy to pair with a woman? Like how does that process work?
So it usually just like comes to me like snap. You know, I have quite a few homegirls, and I also have quite a few male friends.
Okay.
And the dynamic that I see is that on both sides, there are really good people who are single. And sometimes I'm like, oh, she's single, he's single. They could probably be compatible.
Okay. So
it just comes to you like, you know what? This could work.
all right. So have you set people up on dates?
I have.
Okay, about the estimate, like about how many dates have you set people up on? Miss Matchmaker over here.
One.
Just hold on, just one person?
One person.
Okay. I thought this was about to be like
No.
20. All right, so how did that date go?
So a friend guy of mine is into a particular type of girl. I apologize if he's listening to this in advance because we dog him out all the time. I won't.
What's his name?
He'll remain nameless for now. We'll just call him Mr.
Is he a coworker?
No, not a coworker.
Okay. Does he go to church with you?
No, just a general friend.
Okay, like I'm trying to make sure that all of your friends will know who this gentleman is. I'm just messing. I was like, anyway, okay.
We'll just call the friend light skinned Tony. We'll call a friend light skinned Tony. Everybody knows who that is now.
Let me go on Instagram and see if I can find light skinned Tony in Charlotte. But anyway, okay.
So light skinned Tony likes a girl next door type of girl, like
what's a girl
all natural,
okay.
No makeup. You know, she just goes to work and goes to the gym. You know, Black Barbie.
Okay,
that's his type. That's what I call it. I stereotype people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm apologizing in advance. I'll probably get a bunch of hate mail in your comments.
Yep, and I'm gonna send them right over to you. But anyway,
so I was like, oh, I have this homegirl. All she does is really work. She's real family oriented, beautiful girl, all natural. Let's introduce them.
Okay.
Boom. I introduce them and I say, hey, by the way, she is not fucking before marriage. Like, I need you to know, like, this is not happening. But I think this is the type of chick you would wait for.
Okay, and then what did he say?
He was like, bet, I could handle that. I'm cool with that. Interesting, right?
Okay, and then they went on a date?
They went on a date and they dated for a minute. Probably could have got married, but she flaked. She ended up being flaky.
Okay. And then did he come back to you and say, hey, you set me up on this date?
Nah, they kind of left. I kind of stayed out of it after that. Like, okay. I kind of stayed away from both of them after that.
Gotcha. So, all right. I don't hook people up. Like literally, because, like, I don't want to get anybody in any kind of situation. I don't want to, let me move this mic over here a little bit. I don't want to answer a question the wrong way. I don't want to speak on behalf of someone. So
I introduced the people. So maybe hooking up for dates. I said, oh.
You said set up dates. We're not using the term hook.
Sorry.
Okay, gotcha.
So I set up my friends on a date and I said, hey, light skinned Tony, I think you and Black Barbie should go out in a group text. Here's each other's information. Here's each other's social media. And then I get out the way.
Gotcha.
I've done it twice, actually.
Okay.
I've done it twice.
Okay. And how did that second one go?
That second one, you actually know the guy.
Okay.
It went all right. No harm, no foul. Mm-hmm. Like, it just didn't click.
Gotcha. Okay.
They're both in great relationships now and can wave at each other in the streets. No problem.
Okay. Yeah, you know what I would do? I would maybe put people in a position to, like, be around each other. But, yeah, I can't say, like, I set up anybody.
I prefer to, like, I'm a group text. Like, I will do that, like, out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be like, hey, group text with these two people.
Yeah.
You should get together and meet each other, and then hopefully the guy will reach out, because the girl never wants to be the one to do the reaching out.
Yeah, absolutely. The guys, you should make an initial contact. So we were talking about this before we started recording. Like, how do you describe your friends, and if anyone has a flaw? So like, let's say flaw or characteristic. Women don't tend to like short guys, right? So how do you
I prefer
break it?
short men.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm the exception to the rule. If
So-
you over 5'8", stay away from me.
Okay. So if a woman that doesn't like short guys, how do you break it to them that this guy is short, or maybe he's overweight or whatever, X, Y, Z?
How is dating these tall dudes working out for you? You still single? Try something new.
Got you. Okay.
Try something different.
Okay. That's dope. So has anybody tried to hook you up, try to set you up on a date?
Yes. So this girl from work was like, I think you should meet this guy I go to church with. Because, like, even
Church
though
guy.
I curse a lot, I love the Lord.
Absolutely.
I pay my tithes.
Amen.
I teach Sunday school. I cuss at them kids, too, when nobody is looking.
Let the
And
church say amen.
Amen. So she was like, I think you should meet this guy. So we exchanged numbers or whatever, and I meet him at the bookstore. Blind date spot. Bookstore is great because
Okay.
you can walk down the aisles of certain subjects and kind of like ask people questions without really asking. Like, you go down the finance aisle and you're like, oh, here's a Dave Ramsey book. You know anything about this? And then he's like, nah, I don't save money, shorty. You
Gotcha.
can take him down the religion aisle, and he's like, I don't go to church. I don't love the Lord, shorty.
So is that how that date went?
No, actually, the date went really well. We talked about the cost of Bibles and how many different Bibles we had, and then we looked at some investment and savings books.
Okay.
Nice guy. Terrible follow through. I was single as a dollar bill right before payday.
Do you think that maybe you went kind of hard on him with the books?
No, he was like, can I meet you? What are you doing? And I was stopping to pick up some books. And I was
Gotcha.
like, oh, I'll be at the Barnes & Nobles in this undisclosed location. Call me when you get here.
Gotcha.
Because it was a mutual location.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I don't set people up. Like, I don't know. Maybe maybe I'm being a bad friend or something like that. But I just try to stay out the way. I just try to stay out the way.
You could be being a bad friend.
I can't. Hey, I'm not a good friend. I'm not, and I can't be flaky. So I really appreciate my friends that I do have because they understand my flakiness.
That's true. I'm not a bad friend, but I am definitely a mean friend. And I'm sure all my friends will comment below.
Gotcha.
I am the friend that will tell you the thing that nobody else will say to your face.
Okay, so let's get into that. We were talking about, like, if you see your friend slipping, do you say something?
Yes.
So, like, what kind of things that you would you bring up to your friend, and what are some things that you wouldn't?
So everything. I have a habit of overcorrecting people, and I'm aware.
Okay,
That I do
overcorrecting
this.
how?
Like, okay, if you supposed to be eating right and trying to lose weight,
Yeah.
don't be like, let's go get pizza.
Yeah.
No. Aren't you trying to get your cholesterol and blood pressure down? Let's go get a salad. I'm not the friend that encourages you to be wild or
Gotcha.
do things that are not good for you.
Yeah,
If you say you're trying to save money, don't call me to go shopping. I'm going to be like, no, we not shopping today. You said you was trying to save money.
So you're a good friend.
I don't know if my friends would say that.
No, that's good because you're not going to tell them what they need to hear. Like, you're going to hold people accountable to what they say that they're going to do.
True, but I'm also holding people accountable to my standards, which are sometimes ludicrous.
Okay, so give me an example of that.
Okay, so right now I'm doing the whole 30. So if anybody knows what that is, that's
I
where you
have
go
no idea what that
30
is.
days with no processed food, no
Okay.
beans, no dairy, like anything processed. You can only have things that you can eat really in their purest form.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my friends, she knows who she is. What's up, girl? Sorry to tell your business on the podcast.
She's about to tell all your business.
She's like, I want to do this. Let's do it. And so I'm like, okay. She got the book.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like day 4. She's calling me about avocado toast. I'm like, girl, you can't have no toast. You can have that avocado, throw that damn toast in the trash. And I'm like, did you read the book? And she's like, I don't know where it is. I was like, you need to read the book. What else are you eating that you're not supposed to be eating?
Yep.
And then she's like, I just want a cheat meal. Ain't no cheat meals. It's
Yep.
30 days.
Yep.
But
So, but did in this case, didn't your friend say that she was gonna do this?
she did.
So you're still holding her accountable to something that she said that she was gonna do.
Yes, it's just I think it's my delivery. So like,
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about your delivery.
so it's probably my delivery because when she hit me about the avocado toast, I was like, you can't eat no damn toast. Like I wasn't like, oh, that's not a good idea. Go read the. No, that's not what I do. I don't. That's not what I do.
Gotcha.
I'm like, put that down. Your outfit's too tight. Your shoes are ugly. I don't like your haircut. Your nails are too long. What are you doing with those earrings on? I am 100% that friend, but I'm also the friend that will encourage you to like go to your full potential. This friend is also great at public speaking and is involved in the community, and I love that about her. So whenever she's like, well, I don't know if I want to do this speaking engagement, I'm like, do this. Like you are built for this. This is what you do 24 hours a day. Like you are the best at it.
Dope. So if I see something, if I notice and I'm gonna give you like some specific examples. Like I have some friends who I try to help with their like career. Like, hey,
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
hey,
I'm praying for you, brother.
let me look at your resume. Hey, maybe you should come here or do this. I will invite them. I will offer my services, and then if they refuse or if they delay and kind of act like they're not really motivated, then I back off.
That's true.
Or if I see someone, maybe doing the wrong things, or if maybe from like a relationship standpoint, I may say something, but then you know what I'm saying, like I back off. So I will definitely like engage, or like I would definitely like talk to someone. But then if I see that they're not wanting to take the information, then like I just back off.
I think it probably takes me a little bit longer to get to that point because I'll be like, hey, you did this and this is wrong. And I have friends who will delay telling me things, or another friend tells me because they're like, I don't want to hear her mouth.
Absolutely. That's because they know that they messed up.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm gonna tell the truth. But like I'm not perfect.
Gotcha.
Okay, listen. I'm overweight. I'm single, just like everybody else.
Yeah. It's always easy to spot issues with someone else than it is to like.
I know what my issues are. I'm
Okay.
honest about them.
That's awesome. So since we're being honest, I gotta address this with you. I got some beef with Ebony. This goes back about maybe about 5 years. Yeah. So I hope if you don't know what I'm about to get to, you will soon find out. So anyway, we were working. You know, I'm a young brother just trying to come up in corporate America and make my name in management. And there was this reference to me. It was NS. No. He was calling me no sack. Remember that?
Oh yeah, I do remember that because you didn't have no sack.
Hold on. So,
Okay, yeah.
So we gotta address that. So, some people manage, like some people they really try to have like a loud voice, and then some people just are quiet and they make calculated moves. I was more of a calculated person, but then I started hearing like people kind of maybe doubting my assertiveness. And then when I heard that no sack, I was like, whoa, this is what Ebony thinks about me. That was crazy.
So I did say Josh had no sack. So like I'm assertive.
I wish I had some coffee. I want to hear the story.
Okay, so I'm definitely an assertive person. I am known for leading from the bench, if you will. I don't have to have the title manager or person in charge to lead. I'm just always in charge. Like if I'm responsible for doing something, I'm going to manage the people who I'm engaging with as if they work for me, even if they don't.
So what was it about my leadership style at the time that maybe made you think that I was passive or weaker or lacking testosterone?
So the reason I said that you had no sack is not because I thought that you were weak. I thought that you were allowing individuals to take advantage of you. And if you are going to work and go above and beyond, you need to make sure that you raise your leg and piss on it so that everybody knows that you did the work. And you don't have to do that in a loud way. Yeah. There's subtle ways. Like, if your manager asks you to put together a PowerPoint that's going to go to their boss, go behind the scenes, make yourself an author, and then password protect it, transfer it to a PDF, and then send it to them. Yeah. So if somebody needs some changes, they're going to try to change it, and they're going to be like, oh, it's locked. Yeah. And it's going to say you must reach out to the author. Well, who put this together? Josh. There's ways to move in silence and get your credit.
Yeah. So did you think that did you eventually see me moving a little bit differently?
I did. I think after I called you no sack.
So that was the starting point right there. Okay.
Sometimes people just need a swift kick.
Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'll bring that up to say that was a swift kick, because I did realize that, hey, when somebody says something about you, you can get on the defense and say, oh no, forget them, X, Y, Z, or you can like listen and ask, like, hey, why do they think that? And I think that's really what I took from that, was like, hey, why do they think that? And I didn't change much, but I
what is it? Water boils at so many degrees.
But I definitely had to make sure that I put my voice in the room a little bit more after that.
Having your voice in the room is very important when people are taking credit for your hard work and effort. Yeah. And sometimes it's not a huge change. Sometimes it's just a subtle change. Yeah. I believe in doing a good job, and I'm the type of person I want credit for my job well done. So
let me give you credit, and I'm glad that you're here. I just want to put this out to everybody here. You were very helpful to me early in my career as far as leadership. And to your point, you like led from the bench, or you weren't like a manager title, but I always knew there were a handful of people, and I was like, hey, I gotta make sure that these people right here know that I'm here. Like, that these people understand that I know what I'm talking about, and you are one of those people, and I just want to give you your props and say thank you.
Golf clap.
And I will never give you any more props. Well, probably I ain't give you any more props, but I just want to give you those props.
I might set you up with your wife. You might have to give me that toast.
Yeah. Okay, but
moving along.
Yeah, moving on. But anything else you wanted to talk about today here?
So describing your friends.
Oh, okay.
My cousin, we're doing this book, 52 Weeks to a Happier Life. Anyway, we're doing this thing 52 weeks. So we're on week 7. And so, my cousin's one of these, I do yoga, I like art type girls. Like, she travels a lot.
Dope.
She's great. No,
okay.
She's super dope.
Sounds
so
dope.
she gives me this journal entry.
Okay.
Because I'm lazy. And the journal entry
Is that a 4S?
It's a 6S.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I spend my money on other stuff. Apple can go where they can go.
Gotcha.
So she hit me and was like, did you do your journal entry? And she wanted me to journal about, from the outside looking in, how would you describe yourself?
Okay.
So I try to be honest with myself about myself.
Okay.
Like, I'm opinionated. That's a flaw. You should really not be
It's okay to have
opinionated.
An opinion. It's okay to have an opinion. If you have an informed opinion.
Sometimes I just have an opinion.
Okay.
It's not always informed.
Gotcha. All right.
80% of the time it's informed, but sometimes it's not.
Gotcha.
Sometimes it's just me spewing bullshit that I believe is facts.
Okay.
Donald Trump style. Alternative facts.
All right.
I'm opinionated. I am a control freak. I know this about myself, though. I can be a tad bit overbearing. I can be loud. I can be rude. So those are all the bad things about me.
Okay. Okay. Hey, we're friends here. That's a lot. How do you expect brothers to or does anybody to kind of
take that
deal with
in?
that? Yeah, like when you say like overbearing and control, are you comfortable with that? Are you like, hey, this is just who I am, or are you like, hey, maybe I should work on this a little bit?
It's like a bad bag of weed, seeds, stems, sticks, and everything.
Okay.
Like, you got to take what you can get out of it. I'm a work in progress. God is working on me.
Gotcha.
I'm working on myself.
Okay.
But there are certain things because of my life and my upbringing that are deep rooted in me.
Okay.
I mean, I paid a lot of money for therapy, people.
Gotcha. Okay.
A lot of money. And Susan was talking to me real crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how much you pay a white woman to tell you ain't right in the head. People should go to therapy. It's good
Absolutely.
for you.
Absolutely.
It helped me with the controlling thing.
Okay.
I'm a lot less manipulative after therapy. Like, I'm kind of more of the mindset, it is what it is. This is how it is. Kind of take me or leave me, because I feel like I deserve somebody who loves me just the way I am, not romanticizing the notion of what I should be or who I am.
Man, that is real. Okay, that whole romanticizing, like the notion of who that's a whole. Like, let's pause there. But as far as take you who you are, do you think that like when you do date, there is some type of assimilation? I think that's the word I'm looking for. Where you do somewhat like. Not don't say change, but you
kind of put your best foot forward.
You kind of say, hey, like, okay, let me say this. Sometimes, whether it's a relationship or just friendships, sometimes like I look at a situation, I say, hey, is this the end of the world? Like, is this is this a battle that I'm gonna fight? Yeah, compromise, or is it just like, hey, should I just hold my tongue for this one? Like, you ever had those conversations like, hey, you know what? I could do without this, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm just gonna let it go.
So I'm a Capricorn. I like long walks on the beach.
Okay.
And telling it like it is.
Gotcha.
That is a thing. Like, holding it in is a thing that just will eventually, when I do let it out.
Gotcha.
But I just feel like people need to be more honest about who they are.
Yeah.
So like, I don't show up when I meet a guy like one kind of way.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
I have a potty mouth. I'm opinionated, but I'm also like really caring. I'm very supportive. I lean in and listen in a relationship. I didn't always do that. That was something I had to learn.
Okay.
Because in relationships, I always wanted the man to conform to my romanticized idea of him for me to be happy, when really I should have just been happy without anybody.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you're coming, you
That's
add
a
to
jewel.
it.
That's a jewel.
You add to it.
Yeah.
But I had to pay Susan
Yeah.
insane amounts of money.
Yeah.
Our health insurance is trash at the place that shall remain nameless, to learn this. But you have to be happy with who you are.
Yes.
And if somebody,
let the other person add to it. Absolutely.
you got to be a whole circle.
Yes, absolutely. Getting back to you talking about like the notion of who people think you are, I've realized, I think something about myself is, I think people get an idea of who I am, and I don't think that it's inaccurate. I think it's accurate, but it's just one part of like who I am.
It's probably a one-dimensional view of you based on how they know you.
Yeah.
I've kind of seen you in like maybe 3 dimensions.
Okay.
So I have come to know a different Josh than the Josh I knew at work.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I've kind of seen you do your professional job. I've seen you do your passion. I've seen you go through your fitness journey. So I've seen different sides of you. I'm shocked that you're like not married by now. It's just crazy.
Because
his DMs are open, ladies. His DMs are open. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
But the crazy thing is like that corporate side is like like that is who I am. But then I get off and it's like I am like I'm different ways, and sometimes like for me if I find that someone is like attracted to like one side of me, I gotta back off, because like I know that's not who I am like 24/7. So let me be more specific. Like I love the Lord, but I'm not too much into church like that. And sometimes that's like a turnoff. And like I love black people. I love all things black, but I'm not like supportive of like Black Lives Matter like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no,
like,
it's different.
yeah.
Like I don't want you to just look at me as one thing. I'm a multitude of things, and you got to be comfortable with that whole multitude.
Cause like I don't like I probably haven't cussed too much on this, so and like I go through maybe months where I don't cuss. It's just not in my heart to cuss.
I cuss all the time.
But then it might be a month where I just wake up and say motherfucker for no motherfucking reason. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people are like, oh, you know, I was so shocked. It's like, yo, like that's all who I am. But when the time is right, it'll be right. But I'll tell you this, I'm happy. Like I'm happy. Life is good. Life is getting better. So you know, we'll see how it goes.
So it's funny that you should talk about like people seeing one side of you at work and one side of you outside of work. Yeah. I'm reckless across the board.
Yes.
So I don't really code switch in the office. Gotcha. I have the United Nations of friends, like all types of backgrounds, religious wise, ethnically, you know, just a broad group of friends. And I don't get in front of one group of friends and not say certain words or not express how I feel. Like I say what I'm gonna say. Like, you know. And at work too, I'm probably like a walking, talking HR violation because I will be at work and I'm like, no, that's white people shit, 100%, or that's like redneck shit, you know, or like no, brown people don't do that.
So are you against code switching?
Or I've just never had to. I've just never had to do it. Some people have to. I've never had to do it. I think I get away with it because I'm authentic in who I am. Yes. Like if you deal with me and I'm coming to help you with a project or you're engaging with me, I'm just an authentic person. So I think I get away with it because it is ingrained in me. It is who I am and people expect it of me. There are some people who will say that I get away with it because of the tone of my skin. I've heard that a time or two. I've heard people say, you know, I would never say the things that you say or do the things that you do in front of white people.
Yeah, I would never. Let me add me to the list. There's some things that I've heard you say. I'm like, I would never do that. But to your point, when you are the same way all across the board, and I've seen it with white people. I've seen white people who have been, and again, I think there are some different dynamics in corporate America, but I have seen people who are crazy, and they're crazy with their team, and they're crazy with their bosses, and you're just like, hey, that's just who they are. And I don't know if that goes over as well with black people, but I will say in your case, it does seem to go well. It doesn't seem like it's hurt you career wise. From my vantage point.
Well, first of all, my success in my career is owed to God. Shout out to the OG. Okay. It's not because of anything other than grace and mercy. I believe that in my heart. So that's also maybe something different. Like I work very hard, but
I believe somewhere in the scripture it says faith without works is dead. So you definitely put in the work. So I'm saying that like, we give honor to the man above, but the God he ain't gonna bless you if you ain't putting in the work.
No, and I put in the work, but that is a place in my life where I unequivocally trust God. Like I don't have any reservations. I know that that's an area in my life that God is gonna always make it pop because He's always made it pop. All I got to do is show up and put in the work.
Absolutely, here we go.
It's gonna happen, and I do good. I don't backstab people. I don't backbite. I don't climb over people. I will fillet you if I need to though. Like
is that per my last email kind of thing?
Oh yeah, you can
carbon. Is it carbon copy, a courtesy copy?
It's carbon copy.
Carbon copy. Bosses. Do you ever BCC?
No. Okay. No, I don't BCC because I said what I said. Okay. In the words of Nene Leakes, I said what I said. Okay. And I don't go for the jugular. I try not to, even when correcting people or even when I have to get somebody together. I try to do it in a way that is professional and that is nice because I'm going to have to interact with this person again at the end of the day. And I try to be so nice and accommodating with people when I engage with them that by the time I have to really get at you, everybody's looking at you like you're crazy. They're like, why are you being so combative? Like, because I'm always coming from the standpoint of I'm trying to partner with you and work with you. What can I do so that we can be successful?
That's a good that's a good place to come from. I would say that I do code switch a little bit, and it's not. It's just, to me, it's like a comfort level. Like when I'm hanging with my friends, I'll relax a little bit more, maybe a little bit more profanity. I may say some things that I wouldn't say. So maybe it's not so much code switching, it's just like limiting what I say in corporate America, because I don't trust a lot of people out there. So I never want people to really feel like they get to know me.
So I feel like my professional reputation and the work that I do speaks for me before you actually meet me or engage with me. I take a great deal of pride in my work. So you can see it in everything that I produce, I output it, I engage in it. Like, I'm passionate about it. I love my job. I love what I do. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. And I know that's crazy, because when you hear people talking about being passionate about their jobs and loving their jobs, it's like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm following my dream. I'm going to design clothes or, I work for myself. No, I'm passionate about clocking in every day and getting to the business. I love what I do.
I just want to make this point about that. So when I was sharing the story about our interactions that weren't so good back in the day, we were working in an environment where I don't want to speak for you. I speak up for my side. A lot of people were stressed out, like on my side, like just overwhelmed, stressed out. And I had lunch with some of the people who we used to work with, and everybody's smiling, everybody's comfortable, and it just goes back to your point of being passionate, of liking your job, enjoying what you do. I think that's something that if you don't like your job, if you don't like what you're doing, you need to
quit.
Do everything in your power to. I'm gonna tell brothers, get you another job first. Then quit, fellas. But no, like, do something that you love to do. And I would say money is important. I'll speak for the brothers. Brothers, you gotta get your paper. But yeah, do something that you at least like. It doesn't take away from your joy.
Like, I personally feel like I'm the Beyonce of what I do. Like, I feel like I'm Beyonce when I clock in. Okay, like, I get to it. And I love what I do. And the minute I don't love what I do, I'll find a way to use that energy in a different way to get myself to doing something that I love. I just did what I loved, and I used the skills that I naturally had and things that I was naturally good at that other people helped develop. I listened to the critical feedback. I watched other people make mistakes, and I was like, better not do that right there. So I just take that all in, and I take it inside, and I just keep adding. I just keep adding and adding and adding and adding. But I'm an artist, and I'm sensitive about my shit.
There it is. Well, Ebony, thank you for joining the podcast. It's been great. Hopefully you come back.
I can come back and we can talk about
what?
Being single. Because I'm not 30-something. I'm 40-something.
All right, there we go. So we'll have you back.
All right.
Everybody, please comment, share, subscribe. We appreciate you. Until next time, be blessed.